Love is Blind season 3, episode 4. I know I'm behind, but there's some good stuff in here that I want to take my time and talk through. I'm going to be doing the 3 episodes just one day at a time because there's just so much content in Love is Blind that I really want us to talk through it and apply those things we are learning to our lives. Ladies, 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 I keep telling y'all about these 25-year-old boys. They are boys. They're not ready to be husbands. They're not ready to provide. They're not ready to protect. And we learn in episode 4 when everybody met up, Bartiz chose the wrong girl. Cole chose the wrong girl. Okay? Which proves love is not blind. Love is blind only when you meet somebody who is everything you are, almost everything you want. You find her sexy, you find her attractive, and she's about an 8 out of a 9 or something. Nancy's a 5 out of a 10 for Bartiz. And men must find you physically attractive. I mean, when Bartiz saw Raven, baby, he almost had him a heart attack because he's like, man, she's a smoke fast. Okay. So, ladies, let me tell you, you don't want to be the safe choice. You don't want to be the safe choice, okay? This is not for people, in other countries who have marriages where you have to marry that person because that's who your parents pick. This is not that. In the United States of America, you get to choose your mate, because even in Married at First Sight, you get to choose on decision day if you want to stay with that person or get a divorce. And Married at First Sight, I heard last night, was fire. I started to watch it this morning and I was like, no. I need to watch live so my mouth could pop out. Because when Stacia pulled out her list, I just about fell out. I fell out. I was like, not the list, Stacia. Not the list. So come on back for that. I love you. Thank you for your love and support. I got my my iron pill here. I already took my iron pill. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up. I hope you have gone over to Janice Hylton Mentoring and check out the review I did on the new spoiler that I got yesterday. I absolutely love you and adore you. Yeah, I'm just gonna take my time to talk through this because there's just so much in Love is Blind. And so we see the couples waking up. I don't have the couples up here, but we see them waking up, and Bartiz is gonna let us know that him and Nancy fornicated all night. And then he said, let's just say Nancy had to get up and take a shower. And so me and my girlfriend was talking about it yesterday because she was telling me about episode 4. And I was like, oh, no. Everybody was talking about how Bartiz said Nancy had to get up and take a shower. How could you say that about your wife? That's going to be out there forever. So me and my girlfriend was talking at lunch. I said, do you get up and take a shower after you do the douche? She was like, yeah. I was like, I ain't never got up and took a shower. Do y'all get up and take a shower? When I'm done, I'm like, oh, I've never gotten up and taken a shower afterwards. I'd be too worn out. I'm too worn out. Okay. And not to be too personal, but y'all know we've been trying to work for a baby. So, read between the lines. Legs up on a pillow or on the headboard or something, on the couch, on the wall, something. I don't want nothing to get out. I want you to stay in here. But anyways, I thought that was interesting. I was like, you to get up and take a shower. The most now I do is go wipe up, but I'm not taking no shower in the middle of the night. But anyways, married people, or used to be. Let me know what you think. So, a lot of people were upset about that, but he said it was good. It was excelente. Nancy said it was excelente. Then we see Brennan and Alexis waking up, and she's talking about how he snores, and she's talking about how she does Botox, and he says he does Botox. And I'm like, why a 30-something-year-old man needs to be doing Botox? But I guess, child, I guess it's the new thing, honey. Mm-mm. And Alexis is a young girl. Why do you need Botox? I could understand when you get to 40, but in your 20s, you're getting Botox. I don't understand it for the sake of me. So then we see Raven and Ski doing Pilates, and she's trying to get him in there. She's saying, "Oh, there's a difference between Raven Pilates and Raven fiance." Then we see them going back in the room, and she's doing her makeup, and she asks, "How was last night?" And he said he was expecting some action, and she looked at him like, "Ew, I don't even like you." And did I mention how yellow SK teeth is? Like, I just can't believe it because I ain't never seen no African with yellow teeth, honey. The African brothers and sisters at the job, they have the best, most perfect teeth I have ever seen. So when I see an African from the original motherland, original motherland, with some yellow teeth, his teeth just look like it's a yellow grill he put on. This is why, for me, love is not blind, because I'm not about to marry and kiss no man with no yellow teeth. And it just looked like he got gingivitis. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. And so he was expecting some action. She looked at him like, ew, I don't even like you. You was my second option. We see him using the face for, so I was like, well, that's cute. I gotta get my husband one of those. I have it for me and Lexi, but I've never seen it for the guy. Then we see Colin looking like Rambo, and Zabi, she's looking like she's going to the beach. You know what I'm noticing about Zabi? Twofold. She comes off as a little prissy. I think prissy is good, but I also she comes off to me, and I understand that she gives off. Oh my God, he is so childish. He is so immature. Well, Zabi, what do you expect with a 25-year-old boy? See, a 25-year-old young man, he is really 25. Minus 7 is 25. He's 18. Bartiz is 18. Colin is 18. And Andrew, who is 29, is actually 24. Men are 4 years behind us. So, yeah, Zabib, he is really immature. And this is why I want to take my time with this season, because I'm like, ladies, you think these 25-year-old men are ready to settle down and marry. They're not. They're boys. They're not 18 and 19 years old in reality. Women are 25, but a 25-year-old man is 18 years old. Studies have shown that. There's this really top-notch private school in our area. Well, it's not in our area. Few cities over. They send the application for us to sign up for little Michael. And I don't know how they got his name or whatever. I don't know how, but they sent the application. I don't know if I had called. I don't remember, but when he was graduating preschool, I got a package in the mail from this school. So I talked to my husband about it, really expensive. He said no, he don't think little Michael going that far is a good idea. It's not far. It's about 15 minutes, but stuff down here where we live is close, right? I could get on the bus if I'm at work. I could run to his school, so on and so forth. And one of the things they made us aware. Listen, 5-year-old kindergarten boys who is supposed to be in kindergarten, they said, nope, we keep them in pre-K 4. 5-year-old girls are in kindergarten. So, because they're more mature to do. So they was letting us know, if he's coming here to go to kindergarten and he's 5 years old, we want you to know we're going to keep him back in pre-K 4. We're going to put him in pre-K 4 because they have pre-K 3, pre-K 4 for preschool, and then when he goes to school, he goes to kindergarten. Well, they say no, no, no. When a 5-year-old boy come to our school, we put him in pre-K 4. 5-year-old girls can be in pre-K. So even with the school, they already know the girls are ahead. So ladies, you 21, 22-year-old, talk about you in love, and he 25, he's not ready. He's a little boy. And I hope that you guys are really seeing this. They're going back and forth between great and good. Colin says the sex was good. Zabib is mad that he didn't say great, and there's a difference. And Colin's like, there's no difference between great and good. And I'm like, please, is this the foolishness you guys are fooling or playing around with? And so they're playing games, and I'm like, Zabib, how do you not know how to play any games? At least one of them. There was 3 games. At least, and what is it? The cornhole. You didn't even know how to throw that. And that's when I'm like, well, maybe she's a princess or something. You know, because the princesses, they don't get dirty. But even then, you know how to play a couple of games. And I'm like, are you kidding me, girl? Or was she just annoyed? So then they chit-chat about what the future might look like. And she said, well, you could get a house and flip the house and we'll live it. I'll make it a home. And he says, and you say you can cook. And then she brought up, listen to this. She said that maybe, you know, I can pick up your towel sometimes, but maybe you can put it in the wash and I don't have to pick it up off the center table. Now, this is just, they've just been together for less than 24 hours. And he's already leaving his towel all over the house. She's already annoyed. That would annoy me too, because I teach my son, put your towel where it goes. Michael put his towel on the door. Put your clothes where it goes. Don't leave your clothes around the house, because first of all, that's not nice. And as an adult, you should be able to put your stuff. So he's just leaving his towel all over the house. 25-year-old boys. And then Colin says, oh, well, you've been passive aggressive. And then they talk about how to rekindle what they had, because Colin was picturing. Thank you, Colin. He said, I was picturing in my head what you might look like, and you didn't add up. And so now when I see you, I have to put you in my head based on what I was thinking. Men have a picture, though Bartiz says he didn't have a picture. But when you see Raven, now you're looking like this, like, oh my God, I didn't choose the right girl. Men have a picture, boo-boo. They have a picture in their head of who they want and what they want. We go over to Matt and Colleen. They're at the beach. They're playing. They're having fun. I really like them together. I was like, oh, I like them together. They're having fun. They have the selfie camera. Then they sat down to chit-chat about dating. And Colleen was saying, I would not have met you in the real world. The only place I would meet you is on Hinge. And she says, well, you're not on Hinge. And he was like, no, he is not on Hinge. And then he brought up how they're going to be married in 30 days or less than 30 days. And basically, if everything goes as it's been going, then they will say yes on decision day. But boo-boo, it's only been day one. It's only been day one. The emotions are high. You're happy to see him. The sex is good. It's only been day one. You have not faced any issues that will make you think, like, maybe I don't want to deal with this person. I don't want to spend the rest of my life with this person. Okay. Bartiz and Nancy picnic. And they had a cute little picnic at the side pool, and the age factor came up. Ladies, leave these 25-year-old boys alone. If you are 30, you got no business looking at a 25-year-old, because he is a boy. He's an 18-year-old. Okay? Nancy's 31 and Bartiz is 18. You ladies, you're in your 30s, you need to be looking at the older men, because these little boys, they're not ready. And so Bartiz asks, so why don't you want me to tell your mom, my mother, you're 31? And so, or why you not gonna tell your friends I'm third, I'm 25? Bartiz asks her, why you not gonna tell your friends I'm 25? And she says, talk about, are you gonna tell your mother I'm 31? And so she was like, well, if in the real world, I would not date you because you're 25. Okay. And so then she's like, well, I'm not going to tell them how young you are unless they ask. And the age factor is always going to come. Listen to me, ladies, you will always be old. Nancy look old. She don't even look 31. I wonder if they are really decreasing her real age, because Nancy looks old. I'm sorry. Nancy looks older than 31. Because when I was 31, I was still looking 16. Like a young chicken. But Nancy looks beat. I don't know if she's had a rough life, but Nancy looks beat. Ladies, please leave these young boys alone. You're older. Your eggs are older. You want to rush to have kids. He's not ready to have kids. You're going to have to wait for him to be ready. So, don't do it. Okay? I just think it's wise not to do it. Then we see Raven and SK, and they're at this little place where they're meditating. The ladies playing the bed, and girl, I was sitting up like this. I was like, he falls asleep. She was annoyed, but it's relaxing, And she said, I would have enjoyed if you wasn't snoring so loud. And he was like, yeah, I was napping. He was like, yes, the second one today. I think he's just tired. I think SK, I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna let him have the falling asleep. First of all, it was very common, but he's very tired, especially off the long days trip of coming to California from wherever they are. I can't imagine he's tired, and that's why when I traveled the first day, I don't want to go nowhere, do anything. I just want to sleep. So I'm gonna let him have that. She was annoyed, and I think she should have just used wisdom and realized that he was tired. They're having lunch and talk about how they're still awkward, and how their attraction level is not really there. And she was like, the attraction is above average, and she's never been super attractive to anyone. And I'm like, there is no God way on God's green earth, Raven. You've never been super attractive to anyone. And you know what the girls at the job is saying, girl? Remember how when she was telling Bartiz, oh, she do stuff that other guys are not comfortable with, and she was like, oh, I'm a bottle girl, and then we all thought she was a stripper. One of the girls at the job said, girl, girl, she was a escort. Allegedly, we're thinking she's an escort, a high-end escort, which is why I want you to remember this, because this is going to come back later, because I got a whole lot of messages about episode 7. So I want you to remember. And when she brought up to Bartiz that she was in a long-term relationship with this older man, and she said, do you see where I'm going? And he's like, I'm 25. I don't know what you're talking about. Hello, they're too young. They don't understand. And so basically what she was doing to Bartiz is she was testing his pockets and see if he will be able to maintain her lifestyle. I want you to remember this. It's going to come back up again later. And Bartiz says, well, I'm not broke or anything, but I can't be buying you no Rolex watches and stuff. I want you to remember that, because that's going to come back later. So I wonder, and has Raven been an escort her whole life? Let's give her 18 to 21. And she has just made it to herself in her mind that, listen, I'm just being an escort to be this money. Allegedly, we don't know this for sure. In my opinion, we're just thinking and trying to talk about the show and dissect the show. But I just want to put that little comma right there, and we gonna come back and talk about it, because it's gonna come back up later. Okay. So when she says she's never been super attracted to anyone, and I'm like, girl, you almost 30. but it is starting to make sense. Then we see Alexa and Brennan talking about meeting the family, and Brennan is going to say his family is redneck. So she's Jewish. I don't know if Brennan is Jewish. In the wedding, it looked like he was Jewish. Okay, it looked like. So they're saying she's redneck. She's not Lily White. She's like Lily Brown. And she said, well, my family, that we are the crazy Israelis, okay? So then it comes time where all the couples is going to meet up. And Colleen, she was too excited to meet Colin. Colin, oh my God. And I was like, oh, not on my husband. Not on that woman's fiance. She was too excited. She was like, oh my God, he's so cute. He's so handsome. He has blue eyes. He is so very good looking. Bartiz lost it when he saw Raven. And he was like, she's a baddie. She looks good. She gets all the attention from the man. I can't answer now, Bob. I can't answer. She gets all the attention from the man and said that she's a smoke show. Girl, he was like, oh my God. You know what I'm noticing with this show? Go with your first cup. Go every man, they've all made it. Jared did it last season. They all made the mistake. And I just think they should go with their first cup. And honey, Raven came up in there. She was looking good. She had on the altar top with the thing over here. She's skinny. He was like, oh my God, she got on there. She came walking down. She has on that tight stuff. They are envisioning, honey. They are envisioning, and she really looked good. Okay, Raven really looked good in the outfit. Then came Nick and his wife. What's her name? I can never remember her name. She's forgettable. Whatever her name is, okay? You know what I was noticing about her? There's something awkward about Vanessa. There's something awkward about her. He should have stayed with the other girl. But that didn't work. So the mix and mingle, Cole, she said Colleen is the girl he would usually go for, but he's an engaged man. Okay. Then we see Colleen and Zadab over there talk about how many times they did it. And Colleen was like, we did it 2 times. And Zadab was saying, we did it 4 times. She was like, as a matter of fact, we did 3 times last night and 2 times today. Huh? Cole, you're not attracted to her, but she's attracted to the kitty. Right, ladies? Do you see this? He's not attracted to her, but he's in 24 hours, he's screwed her 5 times. 5. So then we see the guys over there in the corner talking, and Bartiz is like, oh yeah, 3 rounds. She didn't need 3. She couldn't have handled 3 rounds. Okay, Nancy 31, baby. There's no reason why you couldn't handle 3 rounds. Okay. As a matter of fact, if he can't go at least 3 rounds, he ain't no good. So Cole, after he fornicated with Zainab 5 times in 24 hours, you want to talk about, there's a disconnect. Huh? There's a disconnect. Well, why don't you disconnect your ding-a-ling from her kitty cat, Cole? If there's a disconnect your ding-a-ling from her kitty cat. Hold on, it's 7 o'clock. I think my husband went back to sleep and wake him up, get the baby. Hold on. Okay. Disconnect your ding-a-ling from her kitty cat, Cole. You're not connected to her, but you're connected enough to sleep with her. I'll overlook one time. Just get on my nerve. Then she's over there talking, she's passive aggressive because every time I say something, she make these little passive aggressive, smart comments, and sometimes she don't need to just say nothing. No, this is true. I'm gonna give him that, ladies. Sometimes you just need to shut your mouth, okay? Zainab across the room talking to Miss I Want Your Man, aka Khalid. Miss I Want Your Man, aka Colleen. I was like, girl, I wouldn't be talking to nobody that wanted my man like that. We not cool, honey. We are not cool. And you know, Colleen is lily white. Zainab is lily brown. Okay. And Cole is lily white with his blue eyes. So Colleen talking about being super attentive, great sex. Cole, lots. Then this is Cole talking about, oh, super attentive, great sex, lots of sex, but you know what my daddy say about a butt. Once he put the butt in there, the butt takes out everything he just said, right? There's disconnect. The face is not matching with the picture he had in his head. SK talking about she was sitting on the couch north. When he was sitting north, she was sitting south. And Bartiz turned, staring down Raven like, man, if that was me, man, she would have been right up under my arm. Yeah, because she would be super attractive to you. But Raven picked SK because he was the fallback guy. That always happened. Just like Iana was the fallback girl for what's her name? His name last season. Then we see him talk about, I was her number one and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, you should have picked her. Okay. Matt is over here drunk as a bat talking about asking what if she's faking it. That's real. That's real, but I don't think Helene is faking it unless she wants Cole. Raven talking about how attractive Bartiz was. In her voiceover was, oh my God, he's so attractive. They need to just go ahead and cut it. Don't get married. Let's not waste the wedding money. Just go ahead and get married to Bartiz, okay? And so Bartiz is looking, regrets cutting Raven off. That he should have given her the additional day or two. And you know what, Raven, when she was working out, when he was telling that story, that was disrespectful and rude. And that's why he went ahead and chose Nancy, because Nancy was being more attentive. So then they go back to the room. And Bartiz and Nancy had stuff all over the room. Did y'all see that stuff on the phone? I just can't. You know the cameras are coming. You know the cameras are going to be there. Okay? At least find a room and throw the stuff in there. Or better yet, put them where they belong. Don't get me wrong. Everybody's house gets messy once in a while, especially when you have kids. This is why I don't understand Nancy, Stacia talking her foolishness. Because, honey, Lou Michael was sick the other day. I meant to take a picture. And when I came home, my living room was just stuff all over. He's building forts. He's putting pillars and stuff, especially when you have kids. Okay, our house everybody's house look live in, but I'm saying you knew the camera was coming. Make sure it's right. So now he's talking about how SK was saying how him and Raven was sitting north to south, and they're not really connecting. And he's like, man. And Nancy says when she saw SK, he was, her top four, and he was like, no, I'm good. That means she would not have found him attractive. She wouldn't have found him attractive. So then Bartiz says, man, they're sitting on the opposite end. She said, that would be weird. That would be awkward. And then he says, when Nancy said, when she saw SK, she was like, no, I'm good. And he was like, I had the opposite experience. He was like, Raven is the girl I would usually go for. He was like, she came down walking. She had on that tight dress. Man, she's a smoke confess, man, the girl was hot and and you know, she was my I was in love with both women, and you was here and she was here, and oh man, she's the bomb. And he keeps going on about how sexy she is and how great she is. And then what's her name is looking at him like this. She was drunk. And in her voiceover looked like she was crying, right? And then he give us one of these like, man, I really messed up. And he said, but I chose you and this is where we are. And he asked her, are you okay with me being this honest? And she was like, sure. It just proved love is not blind unless the person you get hooked up with is almost everything you wanted. And he wanted Raven. We've seen it. I've seen this is the second season I'm watching. We've seen it with this with each season. I absolutely love you. I adore you. Let me know what you think. 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 Married at First Sight coming up. Come on back, but I want to know what you think, and I want to talk through each episode of Love is Blind and just point out some things that I have been teaching over the years. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up. New book is coming very soon, but in the meantime, check my other books out on Amazon. Leave reviews for me. I love you, adore you. Talk to you later. Bye.